Now, with these scathing observations that have now come in from the Supreme Court, it seems that the matter is now being taken to another level, which is politics. Because after the Supreme takedown of the NCRT chapter, Congress party has now taken this opportunity and it has now dragged the name of the RSS into the row. But the Congress party believes that the Supreme Court is rightly agitated because they believe that the syllabus is an RSS-driven exercise. Calling NCRT chapter to be RSS-driven and the NCRT reject over the past decade, according to the Congress party, seems to be disgraceful. So remember, as far as when it comes to two topmost lawyers of the country, they had taken up this issue before the Chief Justice of India. And today being the second consecutive day that we are looking at as the matter was taken up, where the CJI and the Supreme Court came down heavily on NCRT. And this is coming despite when it comes to the NCRT issuing an unconditional apology. Where does politics now come from, from the Congress's side? Meghna, please help us understand.
Well, this is an interesting angle which has now suddenly cropped up with that entire NCRT row. Whether or not they have insulted the judiciary is different. This time around, it is Congress dragging in the RSS. Now, what is this angle? Well, let's tell you. This is what Jairam Ramesh of the Congress has posted, saying that the Supreme Court's outrage over the critical references to the judiciary in NCRT textbooks is justified. In fact, the way that NCRT books have been rewritten over the past decade is shameful. This is the vile and malice-driven work of the RSS. In reality, this entire gang should be investigated. Similar, remember, attacks have happened on the NCRT in the past by the Congress, where they have said history itself was being rewritten by the NCRT. But this time around, they are linking this rewriting, as they are calling it, of history by the NCRT to the entire Supreme Court, the judiciary controversy as well, which is currently sub judice. But how is the RSS figuring into it? Well, further clarification will have to be awaited on that.
All right, Meghna, thank you for that. Kritika, help us understand, where does the RSS now come all of the, out of the blue as far as when it comes to just one particular chapter? Because then they would be, contesting and drawing questions as to everything that the students are now learning. And the Congress now says that the Supreme Court is rightly agitated. On what grounds?
Well, yes, that has been the long-standing charge of the Congress party as far as the NCRT curriculum is concerned. For in fact many years now, we've seen that any such update or change that is made in the curriculum or even with the National Education Policy, which is the NEP 2020, the Congress has come all guns blaring against the BJP, specifically the RSS. They've said that it is the RSS mindset that is now being creeped into not just social sciences but the different books as well that the NCRT is releasing for the CBSE curriculum. The latest we're seeing in the matter of the judiciary, Jairam Ramesh has taken to social media, and at the heel of this entire controversy over the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice of India taking so much cognizance of the corruption in the judiciary chapter of the social sciences book, he's made a larger comment that this is the RSS mindset that should be investigated. Now remember, the Chief Justice of India today also has said that he suspects deep-rooted conspiracy to defame judiciary. He says that this is not just some inappropriate words that have crept in, but it seems like a larger conspiracy as well and must be investigated. There needs to be accountability as well, and this matter will be heard further as well. However, we've seen that Jairam Ramesh is now taking on this criticism and bringing in the RSS, saying that they have repeatedly been bringing in ideology that is a retelling of our history. Last year also, remember, during the partition horrors remembrance event, we've seen a special module released by the NCRT as well. There also the Congress had taken objection to the way Congress was portrayed as having...
Jairam Ramesh of the Congress party, because he seems to be pointing out that the Supreme Court is rightly agitated over critical references to the judiciary in the NCRT textbooks, and however he seems to be now dragging the RSS-driven exercise as far as what is being taught to the students. Let's connect with Harish also on this. Harish, scathing observations, consecutive day that we are looking at. In fact, when it comes to heads to roll to accountability will be fixed, show cause notices have now been issued.
Yes, that's right, Amita. Remember yesterday, it was mentioned by senior advocates Kapil Sibal and Abhishek Singhvi that this Supreme Court has said, yes, it is grateful that it was mentioned, as Chief Justice had said that we are taking so much cognizance because this is apparently a very deep-rooted, calculated attempt to malign the judiciary. But within hours, NCRT acted, saying that they are withdrawing the chapter and is unequivocally apologizing to the Supreme Court, saying that it has no intention to malign the image of the judiciary or bring down the image of the judiciary in the eyes of the public. But and the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta had thought that the curtains will be drawn on this issue once it is apologized. The apology had come, but that is not to be. Chief Justice said we need a deeper probe because and heads must roll because now after doing all this, they cannot be let go lightly because they have fired a gun and the judiciary is bleeding. This is what the Supreme Court said, issuing show cause notice to the in fact the director, NCRT director and also secretary.
Certain planned compliance affidavits need to be now filed with the judiciary, with the Supreme Court in about 2 weeks' time. That is the time that has now been set by the Supreme Court of India. Kritika, Meghna and Harish, appreciate you joining us here on the broadcast. In the meantime,